We're not going to have an unconditional defeat of the world's largest nuclear power. Where we're heading is not towards some sort of stable division in Europe. We're probably headed toward a situation where Ukraine becomes an open wound, where Russia actually achieves much of what it's trying to on the battlefield. And then I think they'll dig in. And they will then ensure that Ukraine can't be rebuilt, that the refugees will not repatriate, that reconstruction projects really won't make substantial progress. Now, how can they do that? By keeping alive the possibility of missile and bomb attacks on the non-Russian occupied parts of Ukraine that will discourage investment, which will in turn prevent real economic growth, which will discourage refugees from returning, and will more or less turn Ukraine into either a failed state or some sort of dysfunctional ward of the West. And in the meantime, we're not going to put in place the rules of the game. We don't have diplomatic channels with Russia. We don't have understandings anymore about what's inbounds and what's out of bounds. And the likelihood that the West, NATO, and Russia get into some sort of new confrontation over other parts of Europe, the Balkans, Moldova, Belarus, Kaliningrad, is relatively high. This is a recipe for a volatile Europe and probably a renuclearized Europe. We're not going to have an unconditional defeat of the world's largest nuclear power. It simply won't happen, and to pursue it is too dangerous. So there's going to have to be a diplomatic settlement. Now, is it immoral to reach a diplomatic settlement with someone who is as guilty of aggression and war crimes as Putin is? I would argue that's the wrong question to ask. Is it a necessity that we do under these circumstances? Yes, I think it is.